Okay, today I will introduce Chomsky from this MS that I wrote at the University of Washington in 1995. I will introduce Chomsky as briefly as possible, as he suggested himself. Well, if we want to talk about his generative grammar, or also called the transformational grammar, we have to talk about acceptability and grammaticality. So the native speaker automatically recognizes the sentences that are acceptable in his mother tongue and those which are not. So some people argue that the syntax of a language must be able to explain this. That is, explain paraphrase, anomaly, ambiguity, implication, etc. So for instance, if I say came tomorrow and I will come yesterday, drank the sea, the boy frightened sincerity, this is not acceptable. Chomsky in 1965 suggests that there are rules that prevent these sentences from being generated, thanks to what he calls selection restrictions. Now the structure, if I write something like this, obviously you can't read it, it doesn't make sense. It's a jumble of sounds, just like if you heard the Kenya Hakuna Matata. In fact, it's the boy hit the ball. And Chomsky suggested a mathematical solution to deal with it. Of course, the Bloomfieldians before him was considering the morphemes, so we have the and boy, or suppose the boys are running in the rain, as I did yesterday. So for them you have free morphemes and bound morphemes. So now I'm doing like Ismail. So this is a bound morpheme, and likewise this ing, and the rest are just free morphemes, like boy, and run, and rain, etc. Chomsky suggested a mathematical approach to deal with the syntax, which is something like S equals NP plus VP, VP equals V plus NP, and then NP itself equals article plus noun, etc. So this would generate for you sentences like the boy hit the ball, the boy hit the ball, but will generate for you in fact an infinite number of sentences. And then you can transform these sentences, expand them, like maybe you know the story of the house that Jack built. It's a very long sentence. This is the house that Jack built, this is the rat that ate the mouse, etc., etc. Or if you have a sentence like the old man in the corner is waiting for the bus, you have an embedding. So in fact you have a first noun phrase which is complex, the old man in the corner, which consists of the old man and in the corner, a noun phrase and preposition phrase, and so on and so forth. So embedding and modification can expand sentences ad infinitum. Also, his grammar is supposed to disambiguate sentences. So if, for instance, you have a sentence like flying planes can be dangerous, like in the mad world. So flying planes can be dangerous is ambiguous. It's either the verb to fly planes is dangerous, or the planes which fly are dangerous, right? So by using his theory, you can disambiguate sentences. And then transformation, this is actually the magical word that made Chomsky so famous in the world, that is transformation, or his transformational grammar. transformation. Well, the most simple is the passive transformation, like when you have something like the ball hit the ball. That is now phrase 1 plus verb plus noun phrase 2. You can transform it into the ball was hit by the boy. That is now phrase 2, followed by the auxiliary plus verb plus by plus MP1. This is the first and most simple transformation that Chomsky himself suggested in
voice.
Yeah, the passive voice suggested in his standard theory. And then came topicalization, raising, question, etc., etc. Let me just give you an example of a very interesting transformation or a pair of sentences. Okay, so let's see S, NP, VP, HP, and S again, NP, VP, VNP. Suppose the adjective here can be either eager or easy. And this is to suggest that you have a choice. And suppose the sentence is John is easy to please, or okay, John. In fact, we need also a verb here. John is easy to please. Or John is eager to please. You have two sentences. Well, these two sentences seem to have the same, let's call it surface structure. But in fact, they have two different deep structures. In fact, one starts with something like John is eager, John pleases some people. While the other one is, it is easy for John, okay. So you have either John is eager and John pleases someone. But if you are easy, you would say that it is easy for someone to please John. So the deep structures are different. And I think I better stop because I'm running out of electricity. Thank you very much for listening to me. It was very interesting talking to you. I'll talk again next time. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit.